Hello the channel. Welcome in a Sunday, but unusual. Gonna do a bit of lineup building. Run out of rivals tickets, so bored. Now we can wee bit. Couple of games on FA Cup and stuff. So gonna watch a Liverpool game soon. It'll be pretty fun to watch. Nothing to do with SO5. Anyway, gonna have a look at the midweek. Do a bit of lineup building. I think. Just start getting ready. So a lot of the games have happened now, and we had a wee preview on it on Friday night with a few Guinness, which was pretty nice. So we go back to the preview of midweek. No Celtic midweek, although they really performed to expectations yesterday. Nice to get a clean sheet, but missing penalties and stuff. So not good. Bit of a sore head today. Drowned my sorrows yesterday. So anyway, we move on. Man City, so no big surprise there. Pretty high clean sheet percentage for them as well. Wonder if Ederson's going to be fit, etc. I think it is. I think he was actually on the bench in the cup, so I imagine he'll come back in, but you never know with Pep. Club Brugge, pretty good fixture for them. Expect them to win well there. Expect team goals 2.75 and quite a high clean sheet percentage as well. Kortrijk been pretty poor this season. Leicester, pretty good fixture. Dewsbury Hall news, so that's kind of interesting one. Liverpool, quite a low clean sheet percentage, but said we discussed it before. At home, not the worst thing in the world to do to sort of back them to do well. I mean, Chelsea are improving a bit. It would be hard, I suppose, but there we go. Arsenal at Nottingham Forest, so again, pretty high clean sheet percentage for an away game. Expected team goals too. So that's kind of interesting. Atletico Madrid there as well. Not getting Matt O'Reilly. Get Reggies. Tottenham against Brentford. That one kind of stands out to me in terms of home game. Goals wise, again, doesn't look particularly stackable. Santos Laguna in there. Probably come back to Ramiro Sordo, who I've just picked up myself. So in terms of overall players for midweek, just to see if anybody sort of jumps out here. This is defaulted to goalkeeper for some reason. Must have been looking at that at some point. So this is the spreadsheet by Soria Probabilities from Egal S_probabilities on Twitter, and not only does it draw in your own sort of players, etc., it also gives you an idea of the highest expected scores across the board for different players. So standout ones here: Van Heck, bit of a kind of rotation fest at Brighton. Maxime de Kuiper, that doesn't really surprise me. Elise, so Crystal Palace have got Sheffield United, so that kind of makes sense. Pascal Gross as well. Bellingham should be back, so he was suspended. João Pedro has been absolutely brilliant. I think he scored a hat-trick in the cup there as well, so pretty interesting. The Lord, Hans Vanaken as well. Don't currently own the Lord, but there we go. Just doesn't really kind of make sense for me having so many Celtic players and stuff, so maybe that will change at some point. So anyways, having a look at the midweek options. Don't know why Kelleher's higher expected clean points than Alisson's. Probably just because he's played less games and just averages and stuff. Remember, this is projected scores based on how people actually average and everything as well. Defender wise, on Beck, I don't think is going to play. Nice to see Andy Robertson back, so that's going to be interesting. He's on the bench today for the cup. Hugo Sike is injured. Ricardo Pereira, so that's pretty high expected score. Cancelo's been injured as well. Quite a few injuries actually. Trent should be back. I think he's on the bench again today as well. Kevin De Bruyne. So last 15 at 8, he's a bit of a killer, but I think he's quite close to getting a start now. So that's going to be interesting. Does seem to be being eased back in, but I think he'll maybe get more minutes against Burnley. Son's away, so spreadsheet doesn't know stuff like that. Alvarez, think pretty certain he'll start. Haaland seems to be, well, he's not even been in the squad yet. And Martinelli, quite high projected score, which is good. So let's pick a couple of teams here. I think we'll have a wee go at the Premier League's winter special first, get some limited teams picked. We usually kind of go in the opposite direction in terms of picking, etc. So there we go. So you can do very clever stuff on this spreadsheet. League. Let's find the English Premier League. Where are you? England Premier League. So this do find this like ultra handy actually, in terms of picking out players, etc. So yeah, if Moreno was expected to start 40, average pretty good. Bernd Leno 43 on not high projected scoring. Pickford actually has got higher average than he's projected, so that's interesting. Quite like to use Alisson in one of these teams, to be honest. Just this high percentage as well, and say Ederson would be more of a risk, but probably put him in sort of champion stack. So defenders wise, Virgil's always the sort of go-to here. Trent again is kind of, will he play, will he not play? Will he play but not get the full minutes, etc. Pressed the wrong button. That's a hangover kicking in. So that leaves an average of 49. The problem with this is we're going to have to find somebody who's a bit lower in terms of averages. So I suppose if we're going to do this, we go for a kind of forward. Liverpool, Darwin. So with Salah out, etc., that's kind of, Darwin has been pretty good recently. Good thing with that is just kind of leaves a sort of general sort of 50 average. Let's filter it. Let's filter down to about 55ish, and then we'll see who that leaves us with remaining. Szoboszlai. So I think he's got to be back actually. Maybe a good one to take a chance on. Alexis McAllister more of a sure starter, but when Szoboszlai plays, takes the sets, etc., particularly if Trent doesn't start, then you're in the rid of Darwin already. Didn't mean to do that. If Trent doesn't start, then and Szoboszlai does, then he'll probably be on the sets, etc. Joe Gomez has been playing a lot. That's pretty interesting. I guess we're just going to go with a Liverpool stack here. And I may as well at this point. Just try to see if anybody else sticks out like lower down here. I mean, Crystal Palace have got a really good fixture, there's no doubt about it. Sheffield United are pretty Johnny rotten. Curtis Jones been playing a wee bit more recently. Let's see what the script is with the bench here for the cup. I mean, just to try to predict the rotation, etc. It's when you've got these midweek games, etc. Sorry, I know that's not up on screen, just consulting my phone. So Curtis Jones and Gravenberch are actually starting in the cup. So got Szoboszlai on the bench, Luis Diaz on the bench as well, Robertson back on the bench as well, Harvey Elliott. It's kind of interesting. I guess if we're going to go for Liverpool to score a few goals, then you'd maybe as well just doing something like this. I do reckon Big Virgil will be quite solid at the back as well. So, wrong button. Definitely the hangover kicking in. Right, back to normality. Let's pick the under 23s. Again, it's not going to be a massive choice for midweek, but limited. We need to unfilter this. So yeah, not a big choice. I mean, best game, Bart Verbruggen in goals, but I don't know, really fancy actually playing him, to be honest. Well, I don't know why it's not on it, but I'm pretty sure Toby Lyson's get a game. Why is he not here? Yeah, I think if Lyson's get a game, probably use him. It's just guaranteed to play at the moment, aren't they? So, defence wise, Pedro Porro. The only thing I'm reluctant about with Porro is Maddison's back, so that should take the set pieces away from him now. So, do we just kind of have a wee bit more of a gamble on Gavardio? He has been playing a lot of left back, so it's not been great for his scores. But again, is there anybody else here really jumping out that's any more certain to play like Platinks. I suppose like he plays a bit more, but Gink's not the easiest of games. I don't know why the data's not there for that game. It must be just a data thing or something. Probably updating nearer the time. I'm gonna go with Guardiola actually. Just taking a chance. We're taking a chance here. Like that's what it is. Saka's not been that good recently. Might be a good chance to play Foden in here. Because, his game time maybe affected a wee bit by Kevin De Bruyne coming back. He's played a lot of games as well, Phil Foden. So, it kind of makes sense for Pep to maybe, give him a rest at some point. Alvarez, just don't really see how he kind of doesn't start, to be honest. Just Haaland, I guess, will come on from the bench, you would have thought. And then I suppose I could play Saka in here actually. Real Madrid are away, Getafe, so fixture wise that's not too bad. I mean, Vinicius project score 61, Saka's is 67. Yeah, go with that. Probably make more sense to captain Alvarez. If De Bruyne doesn't start, then that means Alvarez probably in the set pieces. So I suppose would be the thought process behind that. Champion Europe, I think we're just going to whack in the best Man City stack we can. So Ederson, Ruben Diaz fit now. Kanji's injured, so probably not been too much messing about there. Quite high percentages in these cards as well. So we kind of go with some like this, sort of Rodrigo. That's the only problem. Just Alvarez and the under 23s, right? I think actually just wouldn't really make sense to do that. So probably just going to play Alvarez in here, right? And then just use Vinicius and under 23s. Alvarez. I suppose the thing with De Bruyne is that if he comes on, he could still do like an 80. He could just still do like an 80 or something. And Rodri's well capable of doing the 100. So I guess that's a wee bit safer in terms of captains. So he starts going to play the whole game and all that sort of stuff. And then we could just use VJ and under 23s. Tough one, that I suppose, strategy thing. But it's not a huge amount on midweek, so I think it is what it is. Let's try not to really kind of overthink it too much. I suppose we could captain Saka there. He's kind of due to get a goal. I think it feels as if he's kind of it's a wee bit due. I think we'll stay kind of on topic, as it were, and pick a cap 240 lineup. So one thing to point out here is that Ivo Grbić. So he's going to play. It's a pretty good fixture for Crystal Palace, but Sheffield United, I guess that's a game. It just could be a game where it's a wee bit more close. Probably concede 5 again there or whatever, but anyway, conceded 5 I think in the cup against Brighton, but Brighton do score a lot of goals. Crystal Palace maybe don't score as many goals. They're having to go away at Crystal Palace as well, but Grbić, I mean, look, 0 last 15 and projected score of 52, so that's just a complete no-brainer type situation in terms of using them there. Haven't used Trent in the other stack for Liverpool, so could use him in here. Now that I suppose the sort of point here is to just keep him for the EPL competition. So could do that as well. Gustavo Velasquez, I'm going to use him. Big knob. Knob. Newell's Old Boys, not knob. Newell's Old Boys. So yeah, and the good thing about using this goalkeeper, 59 in terms of overall average here. So this could use like Bernardo Silva in here. See what the projected scores are. Man City are really high in the projected scores. Maddison, is Maddison going to play? I think he'll want him back in, right? Again, could use him in the Premier League thing as well. Quite a high average. Brentford at home, so Kevin De Bruyne is 80. That's kind of not really a guy for the caps, if that makes sense. Maddison, Norwood, Jack Grealish, Bernardo Silva is well capable of putting in a big performance. I suppose it's a Pep Roulette type thing, but it's capped to 40, right? So that's what it is. Forward line, suppose Rodrigo, interesting one. Not really been firing the last couple of games. Martinelli, I suppose an option. Probably put him in our team in the EPL thing. Because again, Gabric actually lets me run kind of pretty good team in that, which is good. Haaland's probably going to come on for the bench. But it's just nice to use the high averages when you're kind of able to, if that makes sense. So let's see who we've got in terms of lower averages. So again, could use a kind of lower average forward and then pad this out a wee bit more. Harvey Elliott's probably not that certain to start. Just see who here would be reasonable to use. Edouard, he's not always been starting recently, that's the thing. Frere, I think, has moved to Inter Miami. Sforza's not there anymore, so these are probably just to update with Opta and stuff, right? Yeah, it's kind of scraping the barrel a wee bit here. Morioka. There we go. 75 last game. So yeah. Kind of interesting. Eupen are pretty poor, so Morioka won't be high in the projected scores because he's averaged absolutely Johnny Rotten. But there we go. Easiest fixture, Burnley. Yeah, I'm going to captain Velasquez. He's a kind of AA guy, so I captain him. So let's get on to the under 23 rare plus etc. here, and we'll see what we've got super rare wise for this weekend too. But All Star, and then we'll go rare under 23s actually. So under 23 rare plus midweek, getting not that much on, so a huge choice, for example, of goalkeepers etc. But it could be a good opportunity to win. I think there's 2 stars up top, so that's kind of interesting. I don't know why spreadsheet's not got the Ghent data, but I guess it's kind of, do you go for the home team or the away team? Van der Voort will be pretty popular in midweek, but yeah, it kind of is what it is from that point of view. So let's see in terms of building this out and see what the standout kind of super rares and stuff I've got are. So again, there's not going to be a big pool of playing super rares midweek, so this is going to be part of the interesting part of it. So Alvarez, I think, is an obvious choice here, unless I want to play a really strong super rare team, which can review after I've done the teams. I think Nicholas Madsen, he's been on really good form. Cercle are a bit leaky. Martinelli, I guess that leaves me. I can use him, with some of the Arsenal players in terms of All-Star Plus or Champion Euro Plus or whatever as well. So Nicholas Madsen going in there. I always like in these midweeks kind of focusing on the likes of these teams. I just think that it's a really good opportunity with less people playing to get a really nice result. Defenders wise, again, it's kind of a bit difficult in terms of choice. Joe Ordonez doesn't always play for Club Brugge. Saliba, scores haven't really been that high, to be honest. Alan Monte has been playing really well, but again, looks like quite a tough away game. I guess we kind of got to go a wee bit safe and just Calvin Bassey's away. Yeah, I'd probably pick Saliba. It's nobody really jumping out as an option. It's not a risk, and yeah, at least you would imagine he's going to play. And then what do we do for the last position? does Foden maybe start to get rotated a wee bit now? Do we just go with Vinicius? I mean, Foden's projected scores a bit higher. That's point. I mean, this position is going to be quite important because you can't captain a super rare. So you remember that if you don't play these divisions or whatever, you can't captain super rare. So Vinicius at Getafe or Foden, I think just a wee bit of risk there. Just Burnley are rank. They're just so bad that I just think Real Madrid, they're away from home, all that sort of stuff. So yeah. Before we go on, so I want to see what we've got available for the caps. Just because it is important. I don't want to get into the debate about, well, there's no debate, it's just me and me. Hello, what do you think of the caps? Oh yeah, well, I like winning money, so there we go, debate over. Ramiro Macagno, so I think this makes most sense. Alisson, I think, is going to go in like champ plus or something. I just, I think that's going to be the most obvious place to use him. Just see what the score is defenders wise. John Stones just never fit. Pain in the Bahuki, if I'm absolutely honest. Emerson Royale's been getting a few games for Spurs, which is interesting. I think we're going to go Johan Romana. He's signed with San Lorenzo, centre back, so not unlikely to kind of be, sort of rotated so much. Again, this is an effort where we want to try and get 5 starters and aim for the cash. So don't need to aim too high, but aim for the cash. Anto Gargic, he's playing today, so I'm going to play Anto as well. So it's like quite a good home game. Guess Martinelli might need to actually appear in here. That's one of the problems, right? So not a lot of choice up front. I'll put him in here, and then if I decide it's better to play him elsewhere, then I can review that later on. I always want to have something here in terms of pretty strong effort at winning. Canus is away. The last position is going to be an interesting one. So I'm going to have to go for affordable only. See, we've left ourselves kind of pretty good cap availability. I don't know if Vermeer will start on his debut. Jurek away for Bernardi. What's his? Project score of 40. That's going to fill me with a lot of confidence. Bastian Toma. Medina. The only thing with Medina is that he's been linked a lot with Inter Miami, so I don't know if he's going to play much. Pellegrini's just joined Vélez, and Independiente are pretty solid. I know that. Valenzuela is back, but I don't think he's starting today either, as far as I remember. Could go with Malinas actually. I'm going to go with Malinas, and then what I'm going to do is I'll check the Boca lineup before the deadline. So bear in mind we need to be reactive to who's going to start and all that sort of stuff, and so it goes without saying. Stating the bloody obvious here. Back to talk to myself about the threshold there. Right, so other decision, Champ Euro Rare Plus or All Star. So prize pool Champ Euro Rare Plus, 2 stars, $565. Places down to 15th in a tier 2 rare. So that's not too bad. Matches. Man City. So you're definitely going to play against some Man City players there. Real Madrid, Barcelona, pretty good fixtures as well. Interesting. What have we got in the All-Star? Let's go with my normal gut. So All-Star prize pool, 710, more stars, places down to $100 at 25th, tier 2s, probably less quality. I think we're going to initially put the Liverpool guys in here and then review that. I mean, I do have some other options here, which is good. I mean, Rodrigo Ray, hero. It's the hero. Let's see what we've got left in terms of super rares. I mean, this is the biggest problem in the world, but because I'm using Alvarez, etc. in the under 23s just leaves me a wee bit short of good supers. So this might be an effort where we're just going to go Alisson in as strong sort of rares as is humanly possible. So Alisson, do we gamble on Trent being back? He's on the bench today, right? So Liverpool against Chelsea. I want to see the projected scores here, just because I think their tails will be up at home, Liverpool. So Trent and it's pretty similar, right? Pretty similar. Virgil, Trent. Who plays up front for Chelsea? Nicholas Jackson's away. Yeah, I can just see some Virgil bodying somebody properly there. It's just big Virg. We're going to do a Liverpool stack in here. I don't know. Like, are we? Maddison? Do we gamble on? I mean, if Maddison's back, then kind of a base type player. Phil Foden we've used. Odegaard's been rotten recently. Barco's interesting. Not a great deal of choice. Well, it's a good choice for a midweek like this, but it's not like, I don't know, like that type of thing. I would probably go with Dewsbury Hall, but he might move. Maddison expected to return. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go with Maddison. Again, could kind of make sense to use Alvarez in here, but then Wheaton's under 23s, and so I could move that out about a wee bit, but then it would be running with one less super rare there. So I think having Maddison and Alvarez in there is really, really strong. Winning some star under 23s midweek would be pretty good. Again, Martinelli I could move to in here if I just weak the cap a wee bit. Could do that. Vinicius, and then out of everybody else, who has the highest? They just go with another sort of Liverpool player at home. It's not quite Liverpool stacky. Doku, again, just a huge blooming rotation risk. Could go with Szoboszlai. Not playing Trent. Just will Chelsea score? Probably could. I could just go with Jota. I mean, he's been really firing. Not really so much of a base type guy. That's the only thing. He's not up here in the projected scores that high. No, he has a 53. Lewandowski, interesting. Mo Salah's injured. Nusa's moving. Alvarez, Doku really high up. It's just hard to catch when he's going to actually start. That's the problem. Barco's pretty solid. Labour in this decision. Suppose we're going to go for a clean sheet. Just go with Trent. Yeah. Virgil's the most certain to actually start, and it's a strong overall team. I mean, Vinicius can put in a sort of base type performance. Maddison takes the sets. But tempting to captain him home at Brentford, but he's not kind of started yet, so I suppose he's not going to start. Going to bugger the team anyway. So there we go. I think we'll pick a cap effort as well, and then that'll do us because we can go for half an hour again. But it's good to give everybody an idea of what's happening for midweek, etc. Cap to 40 rare. It's probably good to get something strong in here because good card chances midweek as well, and we've got the big man here in terms of Ivo Gabric. The other thing I could do with this is I could take him and play him an EPL thing and just whack in like loads of strong players there, but you do need 3 current season cards, so that's sometimes a wee bit more difficult for the gallery. So All-Star, rare, I think we're just going to go pretty. What is a problem? Yes, press the wrong button. No problem with spreadsheet. Problem with people operating it. Person. Ricardo Pereira, yeah, I mean, at home, Leicester will be all over. I think Swansea still got a really nice high average to use, which is great. Dewsbury Hall saying I'm going to avoid just because transfer window and all that sort of stuff. And just so Barco kind of makes sense. I think he takes his sets for River. Anyway, he's been putting in some good scores. Could be a good team to risk Doku in, actually. Just, he's not been playing as much recently. So we're about a lower average, 55. And then that still leaves us. This is an unbelievable team for a cap team. And then who else we got? Kanji's not going to play. Bosley, I guess, a wee bit of an injury risk as well. We could hit the cap with 4 players here, so don't worry, take too many risks, if that makes sense. Put in Ramiro Sordo. Still got 11 left in the cap, but he came on and scored for Santos Laguna. I think he'll get his first start. May well get the sets and stuff. I don't know. Don't know enough about him, but it looks like the guy he came in for played pretty badly. I think the centre attacking midfielder guy get red carded, so Sordo could well get the sets actually, so that's pretty interesting. Guess his captain choice is going to be a difficult one. Sordo or I'm leaning towards Sordo or Pereira. I mean, Barco pretty reliable, I guess, overall. Ricardo Pereira's a fullback, so he can be a wee bit more hit or miss. Just go with instinct, captain Sordo. And that's why I bought him, right? I want him in the team, want him sort of firing and all that sort of stuff. So there we go. What have we got still left in limited land? Outlook. Get all the way Outlook. So you get these videos unedited. Just kind of just spending an hour, 2 hours editing. Not enough people watching for that. Let's pick a cap 220 actually. Yeah, that's an interesting one. A lot of people playing this. I'm doing horrendously badly at it. Again, Garbage is a good shout for this. I mean, if you buy one of these kind of current season cards, then with the rules there just now, which change all the time, so remember next season it probably changed again, but he won't be minted in the championship by the looks of it, and loads of utility. So for a tenner at 27, I think that's pretty good. And then we've got an average of 55 left, so you can do this in the spreadsheet as well. You can sort of limit it to overall averages, and then pick the best from there. So last 15 average score max of 155 and limited. Let's see if we can pick out the best sort of cap availability players. John Stones probably won't play. Ake may well play. Gvardiol we've used. Kyle Walker's always an interesting one. Plays a lot. Pretty good fixture. Not using them in anything else. 49 as well. That's pretty good, by the way. Midfield wise, Camavinga, Gavi, Party's back now. I think he's actually Norwood pretty high. That's a bit unexpected, to be honest. Now we've got a bit of scope in the cap, so put this up to 60, see if it throws in anybody else. I mean, it's got to press enter. Grealish, interesting one. Suppose we've got Doku in an R team, so that kind of hedges it a wee bit. Yeah, just going to take a chance on Grealish. So cap 220, we're going for if I use them. Or have I just pressed the wrong? It's not there. It's because I've not changed the settings. Because I'm an idiot. Shouldn't laugh at myself that much. Martinelli scored 2 goals the last game. Done pretty well. Could use Sordo again as well. 12% card as well. See, I've got a lot of knobs. Not in general, just on Soria. And then who have we got left? So, affordable only, Cole Palmer, on pens and stuff. Interesting. Could play about and with that. Actually, I'm not doing that. Amateur stuff. Could play about a bit with that. Fancy Martinelli to score there. And then, I'm just going to captain Sordo again as well. Kind of need a real big hit in this competition. He's really doing like badly in it. I don't know how much it's got left, but custom leagues really not had any high scores at all. So scraped me into the top 3,000 here, which is absolutely terrible. I mean, I did think that Celtic would do a lot better than this. Quan was always the kind of enabler with the zero cap. So getting like a 39's actually not too bad. Bernardo, big chance miss. Barbie probably pull it up a wee bit, but yeah, kind of really need awesome scores here. I mean, you look at guys at the top, so 400s and stuff in. So, mines have just been rotten. Highest at 273 is just appalling. So there we go. So that's us. 35 minutes. Do a bit of fun midweek, I think. EPL back. Could hopefully within the next week or two get the updated roadmap and stuff from Sorare. I know that the market seems pretty bad and everything just now. It is. Prices are pretty good. I think there's a couple of elements here. I think people are a wee bit stuck just now because if they do have money or they want to spend, they want to see what's going to happen. Do we go and just start spending their money? They buy an older card, and then Sorare brings out a competition that you need for limited new cards. Do they make changes to things? Do they not change the threshold, but say that maybe there's going to be changes next season? I'm all just kind of surmising here, but yeah, I mean, I can see why people are kind of hanging fire just now. There's some people that are just kind of said, oh well, we're just going to call it a day. But I think there's some people who are kind of building balances and stuff and kind of deciding whether or not they want to respend it or whatever. And I guess if you've got a balance that lets you maybe de-risk a wee bit, take a wee bit of money if you want to, and then buy in accordance with what Sorare's going to say. I mean, there seems to be people even gambling on with the high involvement in rivals with La Liga that the next cash tournament will be a La Liga tournament. I certainly haven't heard anything about that. It's just a pure speculation type thing. Same way as people are buying Saudi and Arabian cards, hoping that they'll be covered or whatever, and there's an element where players could come back, etc. So totally understand that. So let's see what happens. In the meantime, I'm just going to enjoy the game week, enjoy my horrendous performances in rivals. Not very good yesterday at all. But anyway, 3-7-4. I suppose kind of creeping up the leaderboard a wee bit. Won the Celtic game as per. Pretty difficult to beat me in that, unless you run a away stack in Celtic Blues, which isn't really happening either. But there we go. So if you're playing midweek, we finish in the customary style. Good luck. Go fuck.